Derek Metcalf, and we started from scratch in 1964 after seeing Moon Eyes and Dante Deuce at Brighton Speed Trials in '63. And my wife and I built our own dragster, and we took it to Blackbush on that very Sunday that it all happened, really.
So had you seen drag racing in America? What inspired you?
No, the only ones that we had seen were Dante Deuce with Moon Eyes and the Harvey Aluminium Special. The only two we'd seen at Brighton Speed Trials. They were doing demonstration runs, and I thought, well, I'm always keen on motorsport. So I thought, oh, well, at least I'll have a go at making one. And in those days, we were always very conscious of the various classes. So we tried to keep in the 2-litre class. So I managed to find a Triumph TR2 engine and worked on that. And my wife used to take the cylinder heads to Harry Westlake at Rye for breathing on to get the airflow better. You just kid yourself that it was going to go that little bit faster. And mated that up to a VW gearbox, which was turned over from front to back and then rotated so that all the gears were in the same area. That was taken in '94, well, literally 6 years ago this very month at Portslade. It was all hand built, and there's the cockpit of it with the steering wheel with the VW gearbox. Instead of going forward, as the VW does to the driver, I had to have it coming backwards, so I had to turn it over as well. So I finished up with 4 forward gears and not 4 in reverse. There's the gear lever, which was right in your crutch, just nice and easy to grab and hold. The battery we just held on with twangers in those days. Mr. Hale, the scrutineer, was quite happy. My wife used to keep the exhaust pipes clean and the dashboard for the SUs, and we just had the one instrument there. And I used to slide in and put my feet under the drive shafts of the VW, and there's the handbrake there. It was the VW handbrake coupled, the 2 Bowden cables coupled up to the handbrake, and you just pulled it on.
So this was one of the first British dragsters?
Yes, it was, really. Alan Herridge, he was racing about 12 months before we were, really. But, yeah, we're one of the early ones.
So
really were.
How many years were you participating in the sport?
About, I would say 8 or 9 years. We could see the way the sport had got to go with the big hairy V8 coming in, because that was the big public spectacle. 2 litres, it was all right, we had some good fun. But the big V8 had got to come in, and it got to the point in the end where the bank manager said, I've got my money, now what are you going to live on for the week? And but we carried on, we built another one, and that used a supercharged and injected Ford V4. So we didn't retire completely. We kept it going for a bit longer.
And obviously you've still got an interest in the current racing scene.
Oh yes, you still follow it, but unfortunately the motor racing nowadays is not like it was 60 years ago. I mean, there were characters, you met it, Alan Allard here. Well, his father was the forerunner of sprinting and hill climbing on Madeira Drive in Brighton. Dear old Sydney was, and he built his own cars and things like that. We were all pioneers, really. We did daft things you wouldn't be allowed to do nowadays.
Yes.
I mean, we just went down the road and bought some 1.25 16-gauge mild steel tube. But now it has to be seamless and checked and everything like that. We didn't think anything of it in those days, and we raced in the wet, we raced in the dark. They had one meeting where they tried to do it with floodlight, and we had to put little lights on the front of the dragster. And that was jolly good. Nice spectacle, floodlit drag racing. The strip was beautifully lit. You bombed on through, went through the trap 90 miles an hour into complete darkness. They'd never thought to put any lights the other side. You didn't know where the hell you were. We were shouting to each other, "Where are you?" "I'm over this side, I think." And then my wife came down in the push car, driving that, swinging from side to side, trying to find us in the headlights.
What did you think of your husband's exploits?
I did go along with it, I must admit.
Well,
Mad.
there is my wife. She whilst I went to work, she had the job of cleaning the bits and pieces that we recovered from the scrap yards and things like that, and then did the painting of the frame. And it's lovely to come down and see some of the old faces again.
Yes. Yes.
We don't recognise each other now. 60 years on.
It's really good to have somebody that was involved with this
Yes.
right at the
Yes.
start.
Oh, it's nice to keep in contact with them, really.